Protecting sensitive corporate data is an ongoing challenge for IT organizations due to data sprawl on multiple devices, an increasingly remote workforce, and ransomware proliferation, not to mention additional compliance requirements like GDPR and CCPA. With so many vulnerabilities, organizations must create a comprehensive endpoint backup plan to protect critical business and employee data. Companies like the National Cancer Institute, Integreon, and Angelo State University have already implemented endpoint backup plans, and all achieved substantial reduction in backup and restore times, supporting numerous endpoints while streamlining overall e-discovery and compliance processes. They were able to gain significant benefits, including cost savings and productivity improvement, by leveraging Druva InSync for endpoint backup. And you can do the same. Let's jump in. So here you see the Druva console. You're going to access it from a web browser. Now to go to our InSync product, all you'll do is click on the InSync name and we'll get brought to an InSync dashboard. So this is summary information about the backup data for your endpoint devices as well as cloud applications if you choose to protect. Now the way this is all orchestrated is you're going to import users and assign them to a profile. The profile will dictate behavior, what files and folders are captured, what's the retention, what's the frequency, and then the user import can be done automatically. Whether you have AD LDAP on-prem or Azure AD or Okta, we can integrate through SCIM provisioning or directly into AD LDAP on-premise. This will allow you to import users automatically, so new users coming into your business are automatically protected. Now the client on the endpoint is an MSI package. You can deploy this manually through an email where you download and install it, or it can be done through a mass deployment through GPO or a number of different application software tools. Now, when you import users, you assign them to a profile. So let's go through creating a profile here. And so the profile will dictate what can users do and what access do admins have. So can admins access user data? Can users restore their own data? Would they use an InSync or an AD LDAP password? Do they want to have access from mobile devices? So here under the device scope, you can choose what folders, what file types to include and exclude, as well as things like system and app settings for device migration or OS refresh. Also protect smartphones and tablets like Android and iOS, as well as schedule and retention. You choose your frequency and your retention, as well as your bandwidth and CPU priority. There are some added DLP features like device tracking, remote wiping, on-device encryption, as well as customization for how much control and access users can have. This can be something that they can manage, they can add content, they can pause a backup, or they don't even have to be able to see it in their system tray. You can also back up Office 365, G Suite, or other cloud applications. So if I go to a particular user here, you can see the devices and cloud apps. Let's go to a user that has some device data. If I click Restore Backup Data, here you'll see all of our data sources on the left, as well as all the different points in time that we can go to. So you can drill into an individual file or folder, restore it back to the device, to the original or custom location. Now, beyond just backup and restore, there certainly are other governance capabilities here because all of the data is consolidated, things like global search, legal hold e-discovery, compliance monitoring, as well as defensible deletion. At the end of the day, what Druva InSync is going to give you is a centralized dashboard console to manage and access all of your users' endpoint data and make sure that it's recoverable no matter what may happen. Are you ready to consolidate, simplify, and secure your critical business's assets? With Druva, your data is always on, always safe.